As the governorship race heats up across the country, candidates in Akwa Ibom state are not left out. Now, the Labour Party in the state has described as mere propaganda information that the party has entered into a pact with the Young Progressives Party in the state with a view to surrendering its structure ahead of the elections. According to the party, Peter Udoh remains the party's candidate in that state. Now, joining us to speak on this development as well as his aspirations for the state is the Labour Party governorship candidate, Peter Udoh. It's good to have you with us on Arise News. Now, before we go straight into the nitty-gritty of this discussion, before the emergence of Mr. Peter Obi into your party, what was Labour's performance like in Akwa Ibom, especially in an area which has been dominated politically by the PDP? Over time.
Yeah, Neen, good afternoon, Nigeria. Yes, Labour Party had become a force. It's a movement. So from inception, immediately Peter Obi joined the Labour Party based on his antecedents. Here in Akwa Ibom State, the whole grassroots were yearning for change. And from inception, Labour Party has always been a movement in Akwa Ibom State. They love Labour Party, and the candidates of Labour Party, they have one thing in common. They have integrity. They are people with proven integrity and with the fear of God as well. So Labour Party has always been a movement. It's a nationwide thing. It's not just in Akwa Ibom State.
All right, Mr. Udoh, looking at the map of how people vote.
Mr. Udoh.
Okay, so Mr. Udoh, looking at how people...
Udoh, U-D-O-H, Udoh.
Yes, I said Udom. Yes, I said Udom. I didn't say...
It's actually Udoh.
Udoh. Okay, thank you very much for correcting that.
Not
I beg your pardon there. Now, pressing it further, looking at how people voted across party lines in the presidential election of the 25th of February, Labour Party fared well in Akwa Ibom State, but still came third behind the APC, then the PDP that actually won that particular state. So going into the governorship elections, I look at it and say that what are the chances of the Labour Party in your state, knowing that it looks like PDP once again will still dominate the state, or maybe the APC do even have a better chance than Labour Party?
Well, let me start with the presidential. It is not true that the PDP won that election. We have a result. Labour Party won across all the local governments. We have our result. In Udoh Senatorial District, we won massively and convincingly. In Ikot Senatorial District, we won. Also in Ekep Senatorial District, we won convincingly. But to our greatest surprise, which is not out of place for PDP and the INEC, they issued a result that was not our result. We refuted that result immediately. Even our state party chairman did not sign the result. That's not our result. So I need to put that straight. That the result that is flying around is not the result of Akwa Ibom State. The Akwa Ibomites took a decision. They all voted for Labour Party, and that wouldn't be different in the governorship race. In fact, they are more angry now. They are very, very angry. They want to express their anger at the poll come next Saturday.
Very good, Mr. Udoh. At the end of the day, the people will decide for themselves. Now, can you give an insight on the level of campaign you, as an individual, have embarked upon to win the electorate's confidence in Akwa Ibom? We've seen scenarios during the presidential polls whereby, individuals with very little campaign just simply rode on the back of Mr. Peter Obi's popularity to gain entrance into the National Assembly. So, what is your, narrative on this?
Well, we took campaigning into another dimension in Akwa Ibom State. We're not doing it. Can you hear me? Yeah. We went into the streets. If you follow me on Twitter, on Facebook, you will see how we are campaigning. I go to the market, I go door to door, go to streets, go to churches. I do my campaign on the street. So, in fact, as I'm talking to you, the PDP and other parties, they are so afraid of Labour Party now because the grassroots, the voters, the people of Akwa Ibom, they are so much in love with the Labour Party because I reach out to them directly. They are now going around destroying my billboards and removing my posters, but it is too late because I have already have direct contact with these people. So, billboards don't talk. So they cannot shut my mouth because I'm still talking to my people. Yesterday, I was on the street. I went to 3 local government yesterday. Even on our way back from Ikotapasi, we were attacked with some guys, unknown gunmen dressed with police uniform. But we are not afraid. We are not bothered. So we are taking our campaign in another dimension.
All right, taking our campaign in another dimension. Mr. Udoh, talk to us. INEC certainly we're meant to hold the governorship elections today, being the 11th, but they've shifted it by 7 days, so we're having it on the 18th. Well established.
Yes.
Looking at it closely, as the Labour Party and as a governorship candidate of the Labour Party, talk to us. Has it been a blessing or a burden having to elongate campaigns and having to rejig the whole mechanism leading up to the governorship election? Talk to us about this.
Well, I would love to say that if the tree is not cut down, the axe will never rest. So the 1 week extension, we are taking advantage of it. But we're ready, and we're always ready. But we cannot rest until it's over. We are still going out, we are still campaigning, we are still reaching out to our people, we are still trying to bring them back because a lot of them were disappointed in the last poll. They voted and their vote did not count. But we have promised them that that vote will count.
Mr. Udoh, I'm going to have to take you back on the issue of grassroots democracy because ordinarily that should be the foundation of any democratic movement. So what is your party's strength in that direction? And do you have representatives currently in local government councils to drive Labour's agenda in that region? Because in a scenario whereby if you do get elected, you still need the support of the local government as well to drive home your policies, in that direction.
Yes, we have a lot of volunteers in Labour Party. That's different between Labour Party with the other political parties. We have a lot of volunteers here, people that have taken over the party structure from the ward to the chapter to the state. In fact, everybody wants to be part of Labour Party structure as of today. So we are reaching out to them, and they are eager. And in Labour Party, money is not involved. Like the last election, the other parties were throwing money, they're giving incentive like rice wrappers and so on. But that did not stop us from winning that election. So we have the support, the grassroots support.
All right, you have the grassroots support. As it stands right now, a lot of INEC has come into sharp focus. A lot of people are visiting into INEC and their performance at the polls. And you said that, or your claims are that the Labour Party actually won the election in Akwa Ibom State in the presidential election. But you are also claiming that things were overturned in the favor of the PDP. Looking at it, how much confidence do you have in INEC to deliver a level playing field and a free, fair and credible elections come the 18th?
Well, we can't trust them 100% and we won't rely on them totally. We have our own plans, even though information reaching us is that they are planning, the PDP, they are planning to use some of the INEC ad hoc staff to deceive us. They say the governorship election, after the accreditation, they will ask people to step aside and come back for voting. We will disagree to that completely. They have some plans which have filtered into our ears, and there are a lot of things we won't agree with them. Those results must be transmitted at the unit level, just as stipulated on the Electoral Act. They must ensure that they transmit that result that they in the unit. So they have to live up to expectation. They promise us a credible, transparent election. That's why the Nigerians, we voted so much money to the INEC. So we are disappointed in them anyway, but they have to live up to the expectation of Nigerians.
Very good. Now, in the course of your aspiration here, what exactly are the needs of people of Akwa Ibom currently, and how would you change the narratives in terms of building on the social infrastructure you will meet if elected into office?
Oh, thank you, my brother. Akwa Ibom State have always been blessed with both natural and human resources. But there's one aspect in Akwa Ibom, we lack continuity. Government coming in, continuing with what the past administration did, that has not helped us in Akwa Ibom State. So, by the grace of God, when we come into government, we want to consolidate in all that we had the past government had invested. And there's one sector of the economy that have been deprived in Akwa Ibom, that's the private sector. We want to come in to empower that sector, because that is actually the sector that will eradicate poverty in Akwa Ibom State and also create a lot of employment for our people. So we are targeting the private sectors in Akwa Ibom State.
All right, I want to say many thanks to you, Mr. Peter Udoh, for your time here on Newsday. I want to say